Hello my people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is of course Peter Mwema Media, your home of infotainment, and my goal is to make sure that I keep you posted on the latest developments in the country. It's the first day of May, the year is 2023. What a year we have had as a country, and of course, you know, first day of May is Labor Day. It's the day that we mark to celebrate the workers in the country, and the biggest movement of workers led by, of course, the Court to Secretary General, that is Francis Atwoli. And it comes amidst the pronouncements by the opposition leader to hand up to Maandamano tomorrow. Yes, that is where we are as a country. Kenya has been experiencing quite a tough situation. We have seen the president talk very tough. His Excellency William Ruto talking very tough in regards to the Maandamano that has been planned by the opposition leader Raila Odinga. And this time around is actually very serious because he's saying, mutajua mujui.
Mimi nataka niwaambie, mimi ndio commander in chief. Nyinyi mutajua hamujui. Wawache hiyo mchuzi. Wawache hiyo upuzi. Sijui kama tunaelewana bwana. Hakuna mali ya wananchi tena itaharibika. Hakuna biashara ya mwananchi tena itaharibika.
Yeah, so you see, when the president talks like that, you know that maybe just perhaps hell may break loose. And what that means is that some people will actually be affected. Others, they pay the ultimate price. And it is very sad. And we should have this discussion as a country. When I look at the president, he seems to be very, very perturbed about the Maandamano. And according to him, they are illegal. We all know that the Constitution gives us the liberty to picket and protest peacefully, though. We must admit that some of the demonstrations you have seen, they have been marred with a lot of violence. And people have lost lives. And there were ugly confrontation scenes with the public and police people. And now Bungei says, that is the Nairobi County Commander, that tomorrow there will be more Maandamano. There will be no Maandamano, and the president says as much. When we look at the other side of the political divide, we have what we can say an opposition that is quite fascinating. It's interesting because the chairman of the opposition is the former president, a man that we all respect and look forward to when he speaks. That is the fourth president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, is the chairman of Azimio. The presidential candidate for Azimio was the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. The running mate, of course, you know her, Mother Wangari Karua, the Iron Lady. A lady that, if you ask me, she's tough in her presentation, in her speech, and in her actions. And we also have the formation of the former vice president as well, Kalonzo Musyoka, a man who also, many people say many things about him, but is also very reasonable, very articulate, very focused. So that is the opposition that we are talking about. Both political camps, they say that we are going for Maandamano. Because by extension, I've seen people saying that even the winning side, the Kenya Kwanza, it's like they have been on Maandamano as well. They are on the streets vis-a-vis them being on offices and trying to, you know, execute some of the things that they promised Kenyans. So what does that mean? Where does that leave as a country? That means that the promises that were very, very juicy, if I could use that word, which were promised by the sitting government, will not see the light of the day. I've seen people say that maybe unga has reduced, but I don't know whether you have gone to the supermarket of late, but the unga that we are told that it is 150 bob, I have not seen it. The last time I bought unga was like 2 weeks ago, and I bought it at a 203 bob. And that was the cheapest. There were prices as high as 240 something. So you see, and that what that makes Kenya is that the people who are the mamambogas and the bodas, just to represent the people on the law, they are the ones who are suffering. These folks who are up there, mention names, they do not seem to have a problem of buying hunger. And that is the truth. Because how does a person like Peter Selassie fail to buy unga? Babu Owino. I'm just mentioning the people who are there, who are championing for the rights. I'm not talking about the people in government. We all know that, I mean, they're in government, so they enjoy a lot of privileges, which we can't enjoy as common people. So there is need for a discussion. There is a need for a very serious discourse. We bring people on the discussion table without content. Let's not trivialize the discussions which are proposed by the opposition. And this is a message to all the leaders. Because if we do not do that, then the common mwananchi will be affected. The common mwananchi will be affected. Even look at tomorrow. People will be demonstrating. And that one we know for sure. As much as the government has talked tough, we will still see people come out in large numbers and go and demonstrate. Then, you know, police will lob some tear gas here and there. So maybe some people will be injured. Some journalists will be injured. And then we go back to the same cycle over and over again. I was just watching a discussion by Mo yesterday with President William Ruto at KICC. I believe that is the office of the president. And Mo asks the sitting president, you know, what is happening? Why are we having all this back and forth? Why can't we actually sit down and talk? And I don't know, man. If true, the president won, people have been asking, why don't you just open the server? I don't know whether that will be the solution. I don't know whether reconstituting IEBC will be the solution. I do not know. But what needs to be done is there should be a spirit of tolerance to all leaders, whether in the opposition or whether in the government. And people should have an honest, candid discussion. We can't be calling the former Prime Minister names. By the way, I find that particularly not good, because as a leader, politics are over, yes. So why should we call people names? Why should, and I'm not saying that that the other political divide, the opposition, do not call other people's names. It's actually, it's a syndrome in the both camps. Why do we have to call people names? Let's not, because that what happens, it will accelerate the tension around the country. And it is not good. So let us have an honest discussion.